The year is 1803. Imagine the Georgia coast at dawn, shrouded in a gentle mist. The world is quiet, the air heavy with secrets, and the land seems to hold its breath, waiting for the sun to rise. Sunlight slowly begins to dance on the water, casting golden ripples that stretch across the calm surface. Each wave glimmers with the promise of a new day. But beneath this beauty, something deeper stirs. Spanish moss hangs from the ancient live oaks, swaying gently in the morning breeze. These trees have witnessed centuries of stories, some joyful, many tragic. But, this breathtaking beauty hides a terrible truth. The land remembers everything, even the pain that people try to forget. This land holds a secret, a story of incredible bravery and sacrifice. It is a story whispered by the wind and carried by the tides, waiting to be heard. This is the story of Igbo Landing, a place where history and legend meet, and where the spirit of resistance echoes across the water. The Igbo people were brought here against their will, forced to cross an ocean in chains, their lives forever changed by the cruelty of others. Stolen from their homes in Africa, they left behind families, traditions, and the land they loved, never knowing if they would ever return. Forced into slavery in a new land, they faced unimaginable hardship and suffering, their freedom stripped away, their futures uncertain. But they refused to be broken. In their eyes burned a fierce determination, a refusal to surrender their spirit or their dignity. They chose to fight for their freedom, even if it meant giving their lives. Their courage became legend, their sacrifice a symbol of hope and resistance that still inspires us today. The Igbo people, a vibrant and resilient community, came from the heart of West Africa, where their lives were deeply connected to the land and each other. Their ancestral homeland lies in what is now known as Nigeria, a region rich in natural beauty, flowing rivers, and fertile soil. The Igbo were skilled farmers, innovative traders, and talented craftspeople, each generation passing down knowledge and tradition through the rhythms of daily life. They were a proud people, united by a rich culture, strong family bonds, and vibrant celebrations that honored their ancestors and community. But to the slave traders who invaded their villages, the Igbo were seen as nothing more than cargo. Lives to be stolen, families to be torn apart, and dreams to be shattered. Forced onto ships, the journey across the vast Atlantic Ocean became a living nightmare, filled with fear, uncertainty, and unimaginable suffering. This brutal voyage was called the Middle Passage, a name that would come to symbolize pain, loss, and endurance for generations. Chained together in the suffocating darkness, men, women, and children endured endless days and nights, robbed of freedom and light. Many perished from disease, hunger, or despair, their hopes fading with each passing day, their voices silenced by cruelty and neglect. Yet even in the darkest moments, the Igbo spirit could not be broken. They found strength in each other, holding on to memories of home and the promise of freedom. Through unimaginable hardship, they clung to their dignity and their hope, refusing to let their identity and humanity be erased. The Igbo people arrived in Savannah, Georgia.
Ladies and gentlemen, this video is proudly sponsored by One Browser. Don't miss out. One Browser is a must-have tool of 2025. Try it now.
A bustling port city, but for the Igbo, it was a prison. They were sold at auction to the highest bidder, forced to work on plantations, treated with unimaginable cruelty. Their captors believed they had broken the Igbo spirit. They were wrong. The Igbo remembered their homeland. They whispered of freedom, and they planned their escape. One day, a plan was hatched. A small group of Igbo, fresh off the boat, decided they would not be slaves. They would risk everything for a chance at freedom. Their leader, a man named, perhaps, Cinque, rallied the others. His words were powerful. He spoke of their ancestors. He spoke of their right to be free. He spoke of the power of the human spirit. The Igbo rose up against their captors. They fought with whatever they could find. But they were outnumbered and outgunned. They knew they could not win, but they refused to surrender. And so, they made a choice. a choice that would become legend. Led by their leader, they walked into the water, singing songs of freedom, choosing death over slavery. The slave owners watched in disbelief. They thought the Igbo would drown. But a different story is told. The story says the Igbo did not drown. They walked on the water. Their chains fell away. They returned to their homeland, to Africa. The water, it is said, remembers their sacrifice. The ancestors remember, and the story of Igbo Landing lives on. Igbo Landing is a story of tragedy, yes. It is a place where pain and loss echo through the generations, where the weight of history can still be felt in the quiet of the morning mist. Here, the past lingers in the air, reminding us of the suffering endured by those who came before. But it is also a story of incredible courage and defiance. The Igbo people, faced with unimaginable hardship, chose to resist rather than submit. Their bravery in the face of oppression stands as a powerful example of the strength that can be found even in the darkest moments. It is a testament to the unbreakable human spirit. Their determination to hold on to their dignity and identity, even when everything else was stripped away, inspires us to this day. The legacy of their resistance lives on, shining like a beacon through the darkness. A reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope remains. The story of Igbo Landing teaches us that hope can survive even when circumstances seem impossible, and that the human heart can find light even in the deepest shadows. The Igbo people may have been enslaved in body, but their spirits remained free. Their refusal to accept bondage, their willingness to risk everything for freedom, is a powerful message that still resonates today. Their story reminds us to never give up hope. It encourages us to support one another, to stand together in the face of adversity, and to believe that change is possible, no matter how distant it may seem. To never stop fighting for what is right. The courage of the Igbo people calls on us to continue their legacy, to stand up for justice, and to defend the dignity of all people. To never forget the past, but to always strive for a better future. By remembering their sacrifice and honoring their memory, we keep their spirit alive and move forward with hope, determination, and unity.